Welcome back, fourth grade scientists. We are back in Ersktown and we are going to continue. We are on lesson 6, activity 1. So let's review the question we are trying to answer for this unit. How does the electrical system work? Today, specifically, we are going to write an argument about the blackout in Ersktown. Let's see how we're going to do that. So remember, this is the question we're going to answer today. What can electrical energy in a system be used for? Let's go over what we've learned because we're going to need it to answer this question. So far, you have watched someone put together some simple electrical systems. So the little fan, the buzzer, the light, and that little LED. And with our solar and the sun, we watched those being put together. And then last week, we read some pages in a reference book about different forms of energy. So we need to know and remember what those specific forms of energy output are. So can you think of them? We read about them in our reference book last week. Okay, you're right. The first one was thermal heat, thermal energy. Second one was sound. Remember the buzzer, that was a sound output. Light, when you turn on the lights, that's a form of electrical energy that is light output. And the last one is motion. So when things move, that is motion output. You're going to want to remember these 4 forms of energy output. You might want to write them down. They will help you with what you're going to do today. So here we have a picture. It is of the newly installed Ersktown subway. Look at it. We're trying to find what's called evidence of some energy output. So do you notice any of the energy outputs we have on our list? Do you see thermal? Do you see light? Do you see sound output or motion output? So we need to look for evidence in the photo, and we're going to write about it. So my first question is, what is evidence? Do you know what evidence is? Well, here we go. Evidence is any information that helps you figure out an answer to a question. Any information. So I'm going to ask you a question. Did it rain outside last night? Well, to answer my question, you have to find some evidence. So what might you want to do? Maybe you need to go outside and look around. What kind of things would support that it rained last night? Is there moisture on the grass? Are there puddles in the street? Are there cars that have raindrops on them? That's evidence that I can see, or maybe I could hear, smell, or taste about why, if I knew it rained last night, maybe I could smell the rain in the air. So I want you to, when you are looking at the picture, this next picture of the Ersktown subway, which we'll have again, find evidence. And then on page 16 in your investigation notebook, we are going to write about it. So again, we're going to look at the picture of the Ersktown subway on page 7, previously, or on page 17 in your investigation notebook, and you're going to name 2 forms of energy output. Is it sound? Is it light? Is it motion? Or is it thermal? You're going to pick 2 of those 4. And you're going to find some evidence that you see, or possibly that you could hear from that picture. And you need to try and do your best to answer this in 113. So restate the question, give me enough information, and use correct spelling, punctuation, and grammar. So how could we restate this question? 2 forms of energy that I see in the picture are, and list them, the evidence that I found to support this form of energy is, and the evidence that I found for this form of energy is. So let's go back to the picture. Move mine out of the way here. As you write, remember the 4 forms of energy: thermal, sound, light, and motion. So look at the picture carefully to see what could show thermal energy, sound energy, light energy, or motion energy. What evidence can you find for 2 of these? 2 of these. This is your chance to apply what you've learned from the past week to show me that you understand what the 4 energy forms are, and evidence that can support that you know this. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.